Rap is back, man. Appreciate everybody that, hung out and supported Purple Parlor last night with SK and Randy. Obviously, if you don't know, I wasn't able to make it due to a work event, which was amazing, by the way, man. Well, much needed. A lot of relaxation, but also a lot of work to be done. And I appreciate y'all as always, man. But, as I was sitting back, I was able to go rewatch the game. Minnesota Vikings handled business. Wasn't really able to do a post game, as y'all know. So let's just give it up for the Minnesota Vikings, man, handling their business. What's important is that now we see that our team controls their own destiny. So I had to go. The Lions fans, they getting nervous, man. We going to handle business this weekend against the Seahawks. Y'all obviously know we going to be live Friday. So make sure that you tap in. But I had to read an article from CBS. Shout out CBS, man. Just giving us the rundown on how the Minnesota Vikings going to get this number one seed. Not if they get the number one seed. They are going to get it because we playing good ball, bruh. Like, you know what time it is, man. The Minnesota Vikings are hitting on all cylinders. All right, listen, CBS, man. It says there perhaps been no more surprising team in the NFL this season than the Minnesota Vikings. I have to agree with that. With the departure of Kirk Cousins, the arrival of Sam Darnold, and an overhaul of the defense in a loaded division, many expected this to be a rebuild year for Minnesota. A lot of people did. I mean, even certain fans believed that this was going to be a rebuild. But we shocking the world, man. You know what I'm saying? Instead, the Vikings are 12-2. Firmly in the race for the NFC's number one overall seed in the home stretch. Now, there's a couple things that have to happen, but the most important thing that has to happen is the Vikings just need to win out the rest of their games. If we win out the rest of our games, being that we have to face the Lions in the last week, we'll have the better record. I think the Eagles are more of the challenge as far as we need them to drop a game too. I know there's something in this article that kind of gives us a little update on how that would happen. So let me say this. The Detroit Lions, also 12-2, currently lead the NFC North and hold the number one seed thanks to a Week 7 win over the Vikings. The 12-2 Philadelphia Eagles are also vying the top spot in the NFC. The NFL currently gives the Vikings an 18% chance of earning the top seed. Eagles with a 30% chance, and the Lions with a 52% chance. So right now, the Lions are kind of still sitting in that driver's seat. I think this is based off pretty much schedule difficulty, like remaining schedule difficulty. They tend to think that they have an easier schedule, so that's where that percentage is going. They said, so how can the Vikings come out on top, earning a bye and home field advantage? It's fairly straightforward, actually. If the Vikings win their remaining 3 games, they're in great position to earn the number one seed, regardless of what the Eagles or Lions do. That's a tough road to hoe, though. 2 of these remaining 3 games are on the road. Seattle, Week 16, Detroit, Week 18. All 3 are against likely playoff teams. Now, I'm not too worried about Seattle as I was, right? Like, I felt like Seattle was going to be a tough game going to Seattle, having to play them in that atmosphere. But it looks like Geno Smith, he's questionable. So there's a possibility that he doesn't play this Sunday, which would actually be in our benefit. I think Geno Smith is great in that system, and he can make it difficult for the Vikings to pull out a victory. You know what I mean? Because, we've won 7 in a row. So at the end of the day, I always feel like after we start winning that many, there's going to be that game where the Vikings. But again, like I stated in the last video, I'm trying to get out that mind frame. We could easily make this a 10-11 game streak and even more going into the playoffs. But it says by winning out, the Vikings would finish 15-2 and necessarily have a better record than the Lions. Since the two teams played each other in Week 18, the Lions would finish 14-3 and earn a wild card spot. That's crazy, a 14-3 wild card spot. I also want to throw this in there real quick just to throw some salt on the wound. Kirk Cousins got benched today from Michael Penix. Even if, let's say the Falcons make the playoffs as a 7-win team and they could lead their division. I know Tampa Bay and they battling back and forth. For a 7-win team, 8-win team to be able to have a home game, you know what I mean? And then you got these 13, 14-win teams that are going to be wild card. Man, this playoffs is going to be crazy. But it said, if the Eagles also finish 15-2, this is what we're talking about, because I think the Eagles is more crucial. We control our own destiny with the Lions, right? We beat them. It's a wrap. They got 3 losses, right? If the Eagles finish 15-2, the number one seed would come down to a tiebreaker, the first of which is head-to-head record. since the Vikings and Eagles didn't play each other this season, that's not applicable. Now, I don't know really what that means when they say that's not, I mean, I get what not applicable is, but I don't know how they're going to figure that out. Like, as far as, I guess it's going to be like strength of opponents. There's going to have to be, there's something that the NFL does, obviously, but the fact of the matter is this. The Vikings need to handle business these last, 3 games. That's just what it is. Vikings handle business. Vikings get the #1 seed. Look, I'm looking forward to going live on Friday. I know the energy's a little down, bro. Listen, I had a long 3 days. You hear me? And I'm going to get on y'all too, man. I'm getting on the community. Y'all tripping on my bald head, man. Hey, leave me alone. Nah, for real though, man. Great time. Hey, look, man. Friday, we going live. Papa going to call in. You already know, man. We back to regular schedule programming, man. And I'm excited, man. Like, just watching the team on Monday night, man. You know, although I wasn't able to go live or bring no content, man, I'm going to tell you, I was there. I was in the building right after I ate dinner, man. I had it on the phone, man. One of my coworkers is actually a Bears fan, so he pulled it up. He got the little app, man. We were sitting at the table eating, watching the game, man. So, you know, man, shout out our boys, man. Let's go to the bowl, baby. Drop down in the comments, man. Let's get this #1 seed. Holla at your boy.
Yeah, smooth summer, who running? I hear them talking, but they ain't gon' do nothing. Celebration, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling